I was talking with a man the other day, and he had told me that he and his wife and kids had gone out and spent the day in the sun, had a lot of good times at the beach, uh, enjoyed themselves. But at some point, the kids got tired, the kids got hungry, and his wife got tired. And so on their way home, there was a little bit of a meltdown of the children. And that caused tension and friction in the vehicle. And then his wife started to get upset and she started to kind of join the kids in their meltdown. And he told her, "You're better than this." And as I was talking to him, I said, "Okay, I get you. I understand what that was. At least I think I know. What was your intention? What did you want her to know?" And he said, "Well, I wanted her to know that I thought um, that she could handle herself, that she could keep herself together, that she was strong, that um, she was better than that." I said, "Okay, so you meant it as an encouragement." And he said, "Yeah, I meant it as an encouragement." I said, "What do you think she heard?" Because a lot of times what happens is the things that we say are not necessarily what the other person hears. And so this can cause a disconnect where we are confused because we're like, well, wait a minute. I think I just said something positive, but it doesn't seem like that's coming across. It seems like that actually made things worse. So what's going on? Well, even though we're using the same words to communicate with each other, we all have a little different meaning. And we run those words through our own filter, the filter of our own experience, the filter of our own fear and shame and insecurity and not enoughness. We run it through our hangry filter. And it doesn't mean, just because we say it with good intentions, doesn't mean that always that the other person's going to hear it that way. And uh, so I asked him. I said, "So what did you want her to what did you want her to know?" And he wanted her to know that he understood that she was tired, that he understood that she was feeling low, and that he wanted to encourage her to be strong so that they could continue having a good day. Now, there's a whole conversation that we'll have about external dependency and needing another person to be a certain way for us to be okay. But in this moment, for this conversation, he those are the things that he wanted her to know. So sometimes what we do is we shortcut. We don't fully express. We try to be really efficient. We try to be clever. We try to say things that sound encouraging in our head, but don't come across as encouraging to the other person. So the next time that you're having a conversation with your wife and you say something and she seems to not take it the way that you intended, you might want to ask her, "Okay, hold on. What did you hear? I know what I said. What did you hear?" So that you can have a deeper understanding of what she hears when you say those things. You might be surprised what comes up.